Hey guys, Arun here from the Jail Cell Podcast, just to give a tiny little update just before we get into this episode. We are on Spotify. You can get the link down in the description below if you want to listen to this instead of watching it or just leaving it playing in the background. Take it with you anywhere. I don't care. You've got it on Spotify now. On with the episode.
Whoa, I have something to say. Guys, I sure am glad that after nearly 10 months, they put the Wi-Fi back on in this prison. I mean, we have not been able to upload for nigh on a year now, so I sure am glad.
Four assholes in a prison cell. Arun for numerous hate crimes, Emre and Joe for indecent exposure, and Dennis for train robbery. You're listening to the Jail Cell Podcast.
Welcome back. We're back.
How's everyone been?
Shit.
I can't do this when we all look at each other. I actually can't do it.
Okay.
That's bad. It's bad that technology has caused it to be that way around. I'm conditioned to not seeing the people I'm literally having a conversation with, as opposed to seeing them.
I think it's different.
Okay,
though,
well let's save the social media bad stuff for later.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's a bit heavy at the start.
Yeah. Exactly what I was thinking.
My bad.
The metaverse is turning us into sheep. Oh, man. Oh.
The metaverse is just basically, let's not go out.
Yeah, no, well, we're not speaking about the fucking metaverse either at the start.
Okay, someone brought it up though!
If I can't make a point about the recording of the podcast itself, then Dennis is not allowed to start speaking about the metaverse in the first fucking 60 seconds.
Oh my god.
Fine.
Okay. Yeah, so how has everyone been?
Wait, hold on. Sorry to interrupt, but there was a thing we were talking about just before, and I said let's stop because it's podcast material. What were we talking about?
Okay, fine. With me, how I've been, basically we were gonna. No. Right. Like, wait for me to segue it. Shut up. Stop laughing at me. No, because it's gonna.
This podcast brings out a little creature in Emre, because I have not had any conflict with Emre in 10 months. It's literally a psychological thing. He hears Arun say, alright, well, we're recording. Like, what if we were all tricking him? We're not even recording. It wouldn't matter. If he hears that, he turns into this beast.
What the fuck? I didn't even do anything.
Like, even that reaction, if we wasn't recording, he would just laugh.
Right,
but on here, he goes. It's like he becomes like abusive out of nowhere.
Shut up. Oh my
What the fuck? You haven't spoken to me like that in months. Like, this actually hurts.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You are right, and I'm. That's why I am. Anyways, so. God, you've thrown me off so much. So
I didn't say anything.
You literally did. Basically, I asked Dennis to say my name because something that's been happening in my life, which is kind of weird, is so obviously my name is Emre, but a lot of my friends who aren't Turkish call me Emre, and it's just been this really weird thing recently where do I want to? Because I don't know if you guys have felt this, but as you get older, your kind of school life and your like home life kind of merge, because school becomes something, a career thing, and like that career, and it's just all gonna merge and all gonna come together. Because it starts off as like two very separate things.
You start focusing on the kind of overlap now, and like how they play into each other.
Yeah, and as that's kind of happening, especially at the stage we're at with our age, I was like, I kind of want people to call me like Emre, how like my mum and dad call me, but nothing serious. But like I mentioned it to one of my I was in the theatre office where all like the theatre teachers are. I mentioned it, and then one of the head of theatre, she was like to me, "Oh, so it's Emre," and I'm like, yeah, but like it's okay. You can call me whatever, but if you want to, you can call me Emre. And she went, "Okay. Everyone!"
Oh no!
And I made like a huge announcement. And I was like, right, everyone, His name is Emre. It is genuinely lovely. Like all the teachers and like a lot of my friends at school call me Emre now and make the effort and like say Emre and whatnot. It's really lovely, but sometimes it's a bit like, it's like, oh, hey Emre. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Emre,
you know what?
Emre.
You know what that was
And-
making me think of. You know how when transgender people
Yeah.
change their name, so it sounds like they're treating it as if it's a fucking dead name. Like,
Ex-
oh my god, I'm so
that
sorry.
is
I
literally
didn't
what I've
mean
said
to-
before in a conversation. It feels like they're treating it as a dead name, but it's so not. It's just it's just if you want to pronounce, it would be nice if you could say Emre, but
But which one does feel like you? Like which one is you?
Emre, because it's Mimi,
It
like
is your
it's
name.
like it is the name, and it feels nice. And Emre's fine, but like
So when did it begin, the conflict? Because we met on the first day of year 7, and on the first day of year 7, when we were 11 years old at that point, you told me that your name is Emre.
exactly. So
I think people, especially like Eastern people, they localize their names a lot to where
Exactly.
it's the closest in
But
UK.
so
Like,
did it begin in primary school then?
So yeah. So in primary schools, it was Emre. If you go
What?
to any of if you go to-
Emery?
yeah. You
So
genuinely.
where did Emre come from? Did you just decide that?
I don't know. It just happened. That was
You
secondary.
told me that was your name on the first day. So
Yeah. Then I think towards the end of primary, maybe like somebody pronounced it
Wow.
Emre, and I was like, but I never. It was never a conscious decision. I was just a little kid being like, my name is blah blah blah. Like I
Yeah.
never consciously thought of it.
This is also crazy to me because obviously no one has ever like gotten my name wrong in my life. Like it's just Joe. It's
Yeah.
that easy. Do you know what I mean?
It
So
is
I've
simple,
never
yeah.
experienced this.
And so secondary, it was like it was Emre, and then so recently I did this work thing. I worked with this theatre company. Literally, such a fucking cool experience. I loved it so much. Basically, working on that. I can't remember. It was such like a safe and loved space that I was like, one day I was literally in a conversation and I was like, oh yeah, my real name is Emre or Emre, and they were like, oh okay,
my stage name is Emre.
no. No. Oh my god, no. But they were like, oh okay, we didn't know that. We'll start calling you Emre. And I didn't expect that response. I was like, oh, that's cool. You have a different way to say your name. That's cool. And then
That's
like
so
move on.
refreshing.
But like they
Well, Emery, when you phrase it like my real name is, they're gonna take it.
yeah,
like that.
true.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like with all the people that you've known for years now, just from being at secondary school, like you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, if you're first meeting someone, you can just say that, and that's what they'll know forever. But it's harder when it's people that have already
Yeah,
known you one
exactly.
way. It's hard to just like,
Exactly.
announce
That's why
that.
it was really easy with that.
I've known both of his names.
Yeah.
I think I got his.
Because
I
you've
got,
grown up around his family.
Yeah.
you know literally everything about this cunt. Like, it makes sense.
Well, they were born in the same hospital. We know that on the same moment.
Wait,
Even though, I swear, even though their birthdays are different, for some reason I've got it imprinted in my brain that
That they were next to each other in like the
because
the
that's how Emre
baby
like
room.
explains it, and I sometimes I think like, wait, no, they were born months apart, but it's just like they were born on the same day, like they just were.
I'm not like concretely sure how long we've known each other for, but like we've known each
Wait,
other
how
like
do you guys even know each other? Like, how do your families?
our parents.
like,
Our
know-
parents.
But
yeah.
what? They were friends.
Yeah.
How long have they been friends? Like, how far back? Does
Oh,
it go?
I don't even
literally.
know.
Bruh,
Since
like,
time
Joe.
itself
Yeah.
began.
since the dawn of time, the Emre and Dennis
Yeah.
family tree goes back.
Yeah, it just keeps going back.
No, literally. With Turks, you just kind of like learn to know that everybody just knows each other and everybody.
I
has to
love
know
that
each other.
though. That's just
Like,
great.
Right.
It's good, but it's like also really toxic because everybody chats shit about each other.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is
yeah.
wild.
It's like a
Everybody's
world within
in
a world.
everybody's business. Yeah, that's it. It's crazy. It's like a whole world with it. That's what I've struggled with a bit recently. It's weird. So what I've been trying to do with my own personal life is bring the two together and like find a balance.
Do you not kind of like it when people call you like two separate? Because for me, and I think this, I don't know if this is a coping thing or just my personal preference, but I kind of like being called Arun in some circles and then being called Aaron in other circles. It kind of
It makes you feel like
no,
a
it
superhero,
tells
like,
my
to
brain
identity.
which part of me to put forward. Like when people call me Aaron,
Ah.
a lot of the time it's in a more formal, setting, like at school or like a work thing or something.
I've never thought
So
about it
then-
that way.
Yeah, and I've never had that.
But then like the people who know me they call me Arun, and then that's like, okay, this is my casual. Joe, what you said, like it's like being a superhero is right. Like it's by day I'm a fucking workman. I'm a fucking.
You're Aaron.
I work my cubicle job as Aaron. But by night I roam the streets as Arun.
When the VR headset comes on, you're a rune.
Inside you there are two wolves, Arun and Aaron.
No, yeah, Arun, I really, really get that. But in my case, it was really bad and damaging, actually, having Emre at school, Emre at home, because then I didn't know which one.
For me, the home thing isn't even a factor because neither of my parents call me Arun,
Wait,
and
what?
they never have.
wait.
They never.
Oh
have.
yeah, don't you have a nickname?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Fuck it, I'll just say they both call me Rue,
Oh, I
right.
love that.
which
Wait,
is
that's
cute,
so
but like,
cute.
but
Yeah.
they have never
I never knew
once. They have never once called me a rune to my face.
Wow.
And we always talk about this, me and my parents, that it's a fucking miracle I even know my own name. And I don't
Oh
know
my
how,
God, yeah.
because they don't, even when they're angry at me, they never switch their tone and be like,
Wow.
Arun, come
Wow.
down. It's always, Rue, what the fuck? It's like, it's still that.
I love
Wow.
that.
So,
It's great.
so it's just like, I get what you're saying, Emre, but the home thing is never been a
Yeah.
factor for me.
Did you
Yeah.
ever, like, when you were really young, like when someone asked you your name, you're like, my name's Rui.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think I ever did. Because, like, I don't know, because I maybe I just heard it from, like, my parents talking about me to other people. And then I'd overhear that and them saying, this is Arun. And I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm Arun. Maybe I just knew it was a nickname and I was just such a high IQ.
You're such a
A
smart
high IQ
child.
baby. I was like, yeah, I already know. But no, I understand how, and it is kind of weird at times, like especially when both of our names are 4 fucking letters. Like it's not hard to get right. But with you, like with Joe, what Joe was saying, it was more of you figuring out which one to put forward. But
Yeah, and yeah, it's
with
a lot-
me, it's always I'm Arun. Oh, okay then, Aaron. Are you fucking stupid? I literally just told you.
Wait,
If they're reading it off like a register and it's the 4 letters, I can understand why they'd say Aaron. If I am speaking to your face,
It's
I
like
say
they don't
my
hear
name.
it, they just
Yeah,
hear, like,
it's
the individual letters
In
and
their
just like,
head, they
"Fuck
spell
you."
out the name and then they're like, oh, okay. Even though you've literally just told me in phonetics your name is Arun, I'm going to call you Aaron.
but Arun, you know the first Tasua that me, you, and Dennis made together?
Yeah.
Or maybe even the zombie one. Don't I call you Aaron at the start? In like the intro?
I think you do.
No, I do that. I do that.
Is
I
that
calls him.
Yeah, Aaron.
So
I do
he had
that.
known you for a long time at that point.
No, that was not long. That was still like year 6 or 7.
Yeah,
That
but
was
what I'm
early
saying
days
is like
of
you're
orphanage.
talking about like your minor interactions with people and they get it wrong when you've just said it. Like you and Dennis had established like a working relationship at that point, and he got your name wrong and it went into the final edit. Of
I
a
don't
video.
think, but especially at that
How
time, I just didn't
fucking
give enough of a
lazy
fuck.
can we get? It was in the final edit.
Oh yeah, because Tasu was just such a high priority fucking thing for both of us.
We literally left in a noise that Joe makes when he was like, oh, what was it? I forgot what it was. But
Was it that "Wah" thing?
yeah, the noise when he was just standing there.
Well,
Oh
You just left that in.
I was trying to disturb like the take and just fuck about. But that's
And we just
in
kept
it.
it.
And we didn't even cut it out.
That was probably the first take as well.
We didn't
only
bother doing
take-
multiple takes.
No, everything
You know
was
that
in
we
like
didn't.
2 takes maximum. For anyone listening that doesn't know, we're talking about our old Minecraft series.
If you don't know, get the fuck off.
Yeah,
fuck you.
honest-
You should know. You're
Wait,
on
is-
my channel. I made a whole fucking video about it.
Yeah,
You
is
should
that
know.
video
If you
still
don't,
up?
fuck you. Of course
It still
it's
is, yeah.
If,
Okay,
if
good,
you
okay,
don't
good.
know, it's on my channel. Tasu with the Death of a Dream.
Do you think there are any people who know us from Tasua
No,
and like
no.
still? I'm not
No way.
I'm not like expecting
No one
it
ever
to
fucking
happen.
watched Tasua. There's no way.
The only people that know it is like maybe like the odd
people who
person,
worked
like,
on it.
our year group. Yeah, people who worked on it, like the odd person would be like, oh yeah, that. Like,
Oh yeah, that.
But it's officially gonna be revived in 2024. By the way, I'm just announcing that here.
Just gonna leak that.
Is
now.
it?
August
Is it?
2024, Arun makes a comeback, and let me tell you, the strange occurrences have not gone away. So
Oh my god.
Strange Adventures of Maroon in real life edition.
I'm surprised we never made that in the peak era, like us in like
We
year
were
8,
tempted.
year
Yeah,
9.
that's
I remember
very
having
true.
conversations about it.
On one meetup, we never even thought to do like a little parody. I'm glad we didn't, because it would have been fucking embarrassing.
I think even while we were making it, we knew it was shit. Like in our deep down in our subconscious, and so our brains literally blocked ourselves from saying that.
When you're that young, like even like 13, 14, like unless you're a little child genius, like it's like you can't make anything that's actually completely good. Like everything you know it, like at the back of your head, everything you make at that age, deep down you know it's a bit shit, but like you just try to ignore it. Like, do you remember when we were all younger as well? Me and you, Arun, used to say like, oh, I can't wait till I just look older so I can be more like seem more respectable and like.
Yeah, no.
videos and stuff.
We that the context of that was we were talking about movie reviews.
Yeah.
Because we were both like our opinions, even though we're young, they're still valid. But when
Yeah.
people watch the video, they're just gonna see this little fucking squeaker kid
Yeah, and just
talking about it and just
instantly write it
immediately
off.
click
Yeah.
off.
I remember
Yeah,
once using a pitch shifter on one of my videos
No!
to
Are you
make my
serious?
voice sound lower.
Wait, did we know?
Do you remember the video where I react to myself playing Minecraft? And it's like double cringe.
I know
because it's just a reaction video.
Oh yeah, bro! I did a reaction video and I never uploaded it, but it became double cringe because like even though I'm reacting, I was young in it because it was like.
I feel
years
like
ago,
I should
so
just
it's, like,
never, ever, ever react to one of my videos.
No, because it eventually it'll develop
Yeah.
double cringe because
Yeah.
you
It's
get
just-
older.
oh,
and cringe
it just
at
doesn't
both
work.
versions.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You have double cringe. No, but like, no,
We're
no,
talking
Dennis.
about
When
it
you
like
said
it's
you
a
used
dictionary
yeah,
phrase.
when you said that you used a voice change it, or pitch shifter, my immediate thought was the voice effect that Jigsaw uses in the Saw films.
Wait. No, I was speaking with someone the other day, and I was saying, well, in the PS3 days, when like I used to always go on Black Ops 1, and everyone would be fucking like
Oh my
arguing with
god.
each other in the lobbies.
Oh my god.
On Emre, do you remember? I don't know if you did it, but I used to do this.
No,
in
no.
the settings on PS3, you could pitch shift your mic, and I used to make it 1 bit deeper.
Oh my god, I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember it
that's
so
amazing.
well. I remember it so well. Oh my god.
Yeah, and when I'd be on Black Ops, I'd be 1 bit deeper, so if I spoke or anything, I wouldn't instantly get fucking abused. And everything.
Yeah, this will buy me some
High
time before they realise.
Yeah.
I was never confident enough to turn on my mic. I always kept
Whenever
it
in all the years of us guys being on PS4, any time I got the chance to like speak with a random stranger, or do you remember I just used to add random names? This is so. I remember, like, on PS4, I just turned into such a little fucking idiot. Like, everything I find funny is just stupid, like noises, and I do shit that I know isn't funny because it makes myself laugh more. Like, I remember, it was a few
It's like
years ago now,
ironic
but
funny.
yeah, it was a few years ago now, but even at the time, it was like a dead meme. I think everyone was like being all serious in the PS4 chat. I think we were like arguing, and I was searching up Pickle Rick and using it, trying to add
Oh. My
and
god.
just random fucking people would join. And I loved it because we'd be in the middle of like a heist or something, and everyone at the same time would get a notification that some random fucking name has joined, and you just hear a voice that was like, "Hello," like just some random shit. My relationship now with PS4 is just nothing. Like
Games are just not coming out, and they're not good enough. And also, none of them have like forced game chat or any of that kind of stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if games were better and they supported that kind of stuff, it would still be happening, but they just don't.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
know,
especially
I
since
guess.
loads of devs, and like I understand this, but I don't like it. The fact that so many devs are like, they're all about like anti-toxic behavior now, but it's like I
Is it
like
just-
toxic
is it just
behavior.
that,
That's
like-
funny.
Is it just like before then there just wasn't many protections?
There was
And then
none.
now there's just
Literally
like
none.
everything. They're like over. Isn't there recordings now? Of
Yeah, they
chats?
record your PS4 chats.
What?
I mean, they
That's
always
just
have.
So creepy to me, man.
They always have. All of our PS4 chats were recorded.
We live in a fucked world, you know.
Is this when we start talking about the metaverse?
sorry, no, I know.
I'm sorry,
we do,
I just-
but like,
Bro,
just fun.
Alright, we don't have to have a big chat about it, but I just need to like acknowledge how like it's just bizarre that we're just speaking about like massive corporations recording our chats. Like it's fucked.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but what the fuck are we gonna do?
Yeah, like yeah.
I mean, but
that-
like
I
at the
agree
same
with
time,
that.
it's like unless you're literally giving the time, date, and like way that you're gonna rob like a high security prison or bank in real life
On a PS4
like,
chat.
yeah, on a PS4 chat. Who cares? Like the thing with privacy is I understand it, but at the same time, with like people saying, "Oh, your phone's like taking your advertising data." No, they don't say that. They say your phone's just taking your data, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, what advertisers are taking it? What are they taking it for? So they can market shit to me that I'm still gonna ignore.
Yeah,
It
it's
changes
weird.
nothing,
It's
really.
I watched this film. It wasn't a very good. It's okay. It's called Assassination Nation, and in it there's this whole.
Don't be like it's okay. You used to love that.
Hey,
film.
yeah, I know,
Assassination
You used to
Nation.
always talk about
I
that.
know, but
I love those kind of films. You could just tell
Assassination
it's like trash without you.
no, yeah, I know, but
Assassination
it's the guy who made Euphoria, so it was the start of something really good. He was just testing the waters with that kind of stuff, and then you can so tell like he was testing the waters with the style of Euphoria, and then Euphoria he fully embraces it. But basically, in that film, there's this really interesting like conversation about like we live in such a world where like you cannot have any. You can't be private with anything. You cannot have privacy because it eventually gets leaked. The whole premise of the film is that it's like this whole town, everything gets leaked, so everybody's secrets are out, and it's this whole thing about you kind of need to not have any privacy
Oh, and that's why everyone's
anymore.
killing each other in the film.
Yeah.
You kind of need to.
You
not
always
what
used to
anymore?
You kind of need to not have any privacy anymore. Like you can't, just don't. You just cut there. You just have to just let everything out there. Everything you need to.
Is the only privacy just your thoughts, basically?
Yeah.
Not
that
for
your
long.
idea?
Not for long.
Not for long.
How long until they can tell
But
that they
yeah.
can see that as well?
Fuck.
It's just a really interesting conversation of like, are we growing into a world where you just can't be private? You just have to.
We're not growing into it. We're in it
Yeah, no,
now.
we are in
that's
it.
That's what I dislike people saying is how long until we're in this world where there's no privacy whatsoever? We're here already. You know, like
No, it is.
and the thing is, you at this point, unless there's going to be some kind of revolution, which there's not, you have to just accept it. And this is a good segue into. Me and Emre have both been talking a lot about VR recently,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of stuff about that because there was a big controversy about because I got an Oculus Quest right for my VR, and
Yeah.
a big thing with that is Dennis. Sorry, Dennis. Why did you? Yeah, your mic.
Oh my! I got closer to the microphone.
made me
The
look-
thing is, I'm like sitting 2 feet away.
It
from
made
the...
me lose my shit because I just said.
I'm sorry. I'll
Okay,
continue
anyway,
to sit 2 feet.
what was I saying? Oh yeah, so to use your Oculus, you have to sign into a Facebook account, and like there was a
yeah.
big thing about that because it's not optional. You have to even use it, and honestly, I didn't really get what the whole big thing about it was because I just made a Facebook account which I will never touch ever again. Just for this purpose. So like, and who the fuck even uses Facebook apart from like 40-year-old men? I don't see the issue about it.
40-year-old men.
That's the only demographic. So I don't understand the big thing about because like why would you link your actual Facebook to it? Like the people that do that are
Yeah.
acting as if you can't just make a new one. Like that's my main thing. But apart from that, I've really been loving VR.
Yeah.
Like so
What have you been
much.
playing?
Yeah. What have
I've
you
been playing. I've been playing a lot of Gorn. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if either of you've heard of it. It's
the
you're in
fighting
like
one.
a coliseum. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're in a coliseum, and you've got these weird, huge like ogre men that come at you and they're like "Hadagarama,"
Yeah.
and they like attack you.
This is
And-
such an Arun game.
and your whole thing is just to fucking kill them.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's just
Yeah,
a fighting
and-
game. But I've been loving it because it's just so fun.
And you know,
And I'm aware this could make me sound like a psychopath, but if you own Gordon, you know this is fun. It's not just like a weapon game. Like you can literally just ditch your weapons and literally just fight just with your hands and like tear people's fucking limbs off and shit. But the thing that sounds way more gory than it is, but like it's really cartoonish.
Yeah,
so,
and
like,
the thing
the
is-
weapons like look like they're made out of like rubber, and they're when you tear limbs off, like they stretch and make like a sound when you like take them off. So it's cartoonish. It's
Yeah.
not like
And
really violent.
The thing is, with this, so there's a game which was free on PS Plus, which is like, I haven't got Gorn yet, but it's on my to get and to play for VR. But there was this game which is free for PS Plus, and it's so it's like so I have the PS VR, and it's just you're like a knight, and you just kill like other like aliens and knights and whatnot who have been like possessed by
Aliens?
demons and whatnot. I don't know, but it's so satisfying, and it's so like, and it's interesting because like there was like a period in my life like towards the end of 2021 where like school was so stressful, everything's so stressful. I literally just come home, play VR, and just fucking go crazy on that.
That's the biggest thing. I think because basically the amount of controllers I've sacrificed for the sake of my own rage is not a good thing at all. But
You know, I've never done. Emre, have you ever done that? Broken
No.
a controller out of anger.
No.
The only thing I've ever done is bite my PSP when I was 6. and I
yeah,
broke it.
we talked about that, and I
Yeah.
fucking tore my DS in half.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Didn't
what
you
was it
throw
over?
something out your window?
I tore it in half and threw it out the window.
What was it? What was
made
it
you do
over?
that?
It was over a fucking new Super
Oh,
Mario.
no,
Bros.
that's
level.
allowed. That is so allowed because yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, bro.
I know, it is very
With the controller thing. It's like that was just because like I'm not good at like expressing my anger in a way other than violence. So what I ended up doing was I just smashed controllers, and with VR, it kind of speaks for itself because it's like it's a harmless way of doing it. Because
Yeah.
for a while, I no joke used a fucking punching bag
Yeah.
to get it out, and
Yeah.
so VR is just like a version of that where you don't damage anything.
Yeah.
So it's good for that, but
Yeah.
apart from
literally.
that, it's just really fun. Like Beat Saber is so fucking fun.
Beat Saber is literally like that for like 3 years consecutively has been like I talk about it with my counselor. That's how
Yeah,
like
I was literally about to say like that's an important part of your life, like from what I've heard about it.
yeah,
It really is.
it's just so fun to do and whatnot, and it's just this is so cringe. This is so cringe.
Stop.
But like genuinely playing games and playing
That sounded so like abusive. 'Cause you were just like, sorry.
playing games and video games and VR and just anything video gaming literally like has been so helpful for me, especially my time in sixth form. Like so helpful because it is literally like the perfect
just stress
thing
relief.
I need. Like yeah, like it's like it is such like a. I always speak about it with my counsellor. My teachers are like, well, I'm always speaking about like games with my teacher, and like it's just so like it's just exactly what I need. I just love them so much. It's such a perfect escape.
That's the thing I love about VR is just like the escape thing, especially because, especially when this is the most important thing I found. When the surface you're standing on matches the surface you're standing on in the game, literally it feels like it literally. Even though you know that you're in a VR headset, your brain doesn't know. So you know, but your brain's still like, what the fuck? Where am I? And it thinks like
exactly.
you're in that world. And you know the actually no, you wouldn't. But in the Oculus, there's this like home screen where it just puts you in this little like area that you can customize, right?
Hmm.
And the area is just like outside. It's like on a beach, and you've got like everything around you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for maximum immersion, it has a wooden floor. This thing, my floor is obviously wooden, and then I'd open up the windows so I get a breeze rolling through my room.
Oh my
so
God.
it literally
Wow.
fooled my brain for a second into thinking, "Oh my god, I'm actually fucking here." And that shit is really
Yeah.
cool.
That's what I was
but
trying to
also
say at
how
the
far
start of this
away are we from
episode.
the
Yeah.
We're
Matrix,
finally
you know?
acknowledging it.
Okay, so here's my thing with it. So Unreal Engine 5 is a games engine. This games engine released a tech demo on the PS5. It's free to play. I don't know if I showed Joe, but I don't know Arun Dennis if you know
I
it.
think I've heard of this.
Yeah, so it's a tech demo where it showcases the graphics of this new games engine, and it uses the Matrix to it's like a collaboration with the Matrix. It's a little demo. It's not like
What?
they're not releasing a game, but it's a collaboration with the Matrix, and I think it's
Wait, they are releasing a game, aren't they?
huh?
The Matrix. They are releasing a game, aren't they? I thought they were.
I
Or
don't
is that just a
think-
tech demo?
No. It's just a tech demo. It's just a tech demo. It's not, and it's for it's like advertising the new film.
Oh,
it's like
that makes
kind of
sense.
thing.
Okay.
So, and I played it on my own, and I also, sorry, I invited Joe around, and Joe also played it. Oh my god, Joe also played it.
And Tabor.
And Tabor. It's insane. And in the beginning of the tech demo, it's like Keanu Reeves, bless his little heart, walking around this like white void, and he's like, how far away are we from
Why
like,
do you come?
this and that and
White boy.
what?
I don't know why that was funny. You're like talking about it so well the whole time, and then you randomly just referred to Keanu Reeves as a white boy.
No, I said white void.
Oh,
I said white
I
void.
thought you said Keanu Reeves, this little white boy walking around.
No, Keanu Reeves in this little
And it
white
just
void.
got me.
Oh.
Yeah.
But he's also a little white boy. Bless him. I don't think he knows what's going on. He's just kind of there for the ride.
he's just happy to be along for the ride.
Yeah, and he talks about how far away are we from like finding this. Oh, there was this really cool line that I think Carrie Anderson said, the woman in it. It was like, we're gonna get to a point where we can change faces as quick as we change clothes. It's just so cool because it's terrifying. It's really scary.
It is terrifying.
But
at the same,
it's hard
at the
because-
same time, you also have like that kind of collides with shit like designer babies and like genetically modifying like babies
Yeah.
and that.
It's
Like, how far is too far?
exactly.
To playing
I don't
literal
know.
god.
I really respect stuff like that for entertainment purposes, just because it is such a big thing in my life. So I sat down, played that tech demo, and felt so. I was blown away by it. I was like, "This is awesome. This is so cool," and I'm genuinely so excited for like games to get to this point of realism. It's so cool because it's a great way of storytelling. It's a great form of entertainment. But then there's also the argument and the
There's also the
conversation about
downside.
how far.
Have you guys seen the metaverse the metaverse fucking shopping center where you sit
Oh
in
my
VR
God,
and you
in
push a
Walmart.
I don't know
virtual
much about the
trolley
metaverse,
and
so
pick up shit off
fill
the
me in.
shelves to buy it?
Yeah, can you
It's-
explain me?
Yeah, I'm not
Literally.
that.
Oh
Like,
wait, what the
educated.
metaverse is?
Yeah, no, I know it, but like you and Dennis seem to know more about.
Just give us a rundown. Yeah.
I don't actually know that much, but
Yeah, me neither.
I did see this thing about I don't know if it was a demo or like an actual like thing that they're gonna release, but you know how in like there are certain like supermarkets where you can buy stuff online and then they'll deliver it to you. It's like that, but you're literally in VR and you walk around this shopping center and you push your little trolley
Oh
and
my
you
God.
walk around this virtual space and grab
This is
stuff off the
horrifying.
virtual shelves and put them in your virtual trolley.
They're just teasing society to see. They're just drip feeding it.
I know, but just like,
Shopping
what
in
what
VR.
is the fucking point?
Exactly.
Yeah, what
The
is
whole
the
point- of virtual shopping was that
It just
you don't have
takes
to actually
longer.
walk around. You're just doing it from your house. But now you have to strap on your headset, get nice and comfy, and
Just
push
to
your
buy
fucking-
some milk.
Yeah, just exactly, and not
to
even
be
go out
honest-
to buy it.
You have to enter the fucking metaverse.
Not
to
only
buy
that, but you're
some
such
milk.
a fat lazy fuck. You're strapping into VR to get milk delivered to you instead of going out and
Whoa.
getting.
Okay, so, anyways, moving on. I feel like that would. I'd see.
Dennis's laugh is crazy.
I'm sorry.
He's like a little chipmunk.
it's still a weak point, but I feel like maybe the point of that is like to feel the product, or to see it like life size, like clothes and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
No, because it was.
But
it
that's what
wasn't even,
fucking
like, a
measurements
great-
are for.
But it wasn't even a good representation. It was just like shit boxes.
Yeah, they were just
that
like
you
shit
could see.
polygons
what
that
is-
you just
right.
grabbed off.
What?
Elon Musk, get it together.
Elon Musk. What?
What?
Get it
Mark
together, Elon
Zuckerberg.
Musk.
You meant Mark Zuckerberg. Fucking Elon and your VR
What?
headset.
This is Elon Musk impression. Bidet?
That was not funny. Isn't the metaverse literally just VR chat?
I think it's VR chat, but like it serves more purposes than just like that.
Like,
Yeah.
It serves
That-
more purposes than just like being in VR. Like it'll become like your entire fucking life. Is the way they're pitching it.
yeah.
Like you'll shop in the metaverse. You'll do everything in the metaverse.
See, that's
is like obviously what they
fucking
want.
dead. I don't know. Yeah, I think VR and video games and that whole industry is the best form of storytelling and entertainment. I think it beats movies and books and everything. I just think video games are the best because it's so interactive. But shit like that is
And especially
I mean,
games
using
like.
using every single sense possible to create a story is basically what that is.
Well,
Yeah.
because instead of having to empathize or sympathize with the main character, you become the main character.
exactly.
And that's like
Yeah.
the ultimate
and
form of-
I think like
Emre,
yeah.
if you had to get rid of games or films, which one would you choose?
Oh, films.
Really?
1,000,000% films.
You
Yeah,
love
yeah.
games.
Because I think
biggest gamer on the.
that games are. Oh my god! And do you know
But
what's...
Emre makes it so uncringe. Emre speaks about games with
He
such
says
like,
it so passionately, you can't like.
And
Yeah,
do
realise
you know
it's
what-
all-
he
you
makes
can't
it
see
sound
its screen.
beautiful.
do you know why? It's because I never speak about it because I go to like a theatre school. Nobody knows what it is. Nobody knows what the fuck.
Nobody knows what games are.
No, no.
Why
as
do you
in,
say it like
everybody's
that? Nobody
From
knows
the
what it is.
1800s.
Everybody's from the 1800s, fucking like I love like Shakespeare, and like I literally like it's either that or no, I'm joking. What you get at theatre school is a lot of I love Marvel. I'm gonna be like Iron Man, or
You know that's even worse because of who went to our school, Emre.
oh yeah, exactly. Tom Holland went to our school.
Wait, what?
Um,
What the fuck? That's sick.
no, it's not.
That's actually sick.
Um,
What? Why?
No, Emre, you're just bitchy. Emre's bitchy. It is cool.
I
It is
know.
alright.
bitchy, you're right.
The only reason I could understand is because he stole Zendaya from me. She was gonna be my wife one day.
okay.
And he
So,
fucking stole my
Well,
chances.
she wasn't. She was not.
She
gonna be
was.
my wife
No,
one day.
no, she was. You don't understand.
Strap on the VR headset, Varun.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yo!
That's the best joke Dennis has ever made.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, Dennis won.
I'm sorry.
Dennis just like won the podcast,
Dennis won the podcast.
and we got it all recorded.
This is Dennis's podcast.
That's
now,
like
not
one of the
ours.
best Dennis moments ever.
Yeah.
A Dennis moment jail cell podcast compilation. It's that one clip.
I do not want that.
It would be
Oh my
5
God.
seconds. Like, no, joking.
Hey.
Dennis, can we actually quickly just derail this to get a quick
Oh my God.
Dennis update?
Yes.
Roll the theme tune.
So, Dennis, how have you been for the last 10 months, please?
It's been 8.
Just summarize briefly.
Sorry, that made me laugh. I suppose like you guys have just been like stressed out and just doing work. We've just been applying to university and like it's scary because like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to go to university, but like, I do at the same time, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Same.
So
I don't want to have to think about it right now.
today.
I don't know
I
if
wish I had
I'm
another year to not have to think about it.
I don't know if I'm fit about it because like I got into the university that I want to go to the most.
Oh, yeah.
Whoop whoop.
Congratulations to Dennis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
An unconditional offer. As well.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Literally the
fucking
highest
incredible.
fucking.
I mean-
Arun was right. You literally don't have to try for the rest of this.
Yeah.
Well,
You've
the one I asked my
succeeded.
teacher about.
You've
I
reached the
genuinely
end
asked
game
my
for now.
teacher about this. He said I can't fail, but that's it. If I pass, that's it.
Wow.
Wow.
But of course, I'm
Okay,
not
so
gonna
you
just
can't
do
you can't
nothing.
literally do nothing, but you don't have to try hard. I mean,
Yeah, but I want to try hard because I feel like if I
Yeah.
don't, I'm just gonna end up being a slob in university.
Yeah. That's
What, like,
I'm
you'll
trying
get
to
too
teach myself
accustomed?
good habits now because I felt myself being lazy since the start of year 12. Year 12, I was so fucking lazy, and this kind of last few months of year 13 as well. But I'm trying to teach myself good habits now, just in case I do end up going to university. Because, like you said, I don't want to be a slob then. But since New Year's Day itself, I've literally been trying to have like better habits and getting into more of a routine. And I was inspired by Emre as well.
Oh,
Like how
Emre is my number.
Yeah.
Emre is number one fan.
stop it.
literally how Emre just leads his life, like the structure of his life and everything. Like
How do you do it, Emre?
inspirational.
I love you
Teach
guys.
He's actually. Can you speak about that a little bit, Emre? 'Cause it's
single mom
inspirational.
who works two
I
jobs.
promise you won't
and
sound like
all.
egotistical.
Okay. It's so weird because in my eyes, like my life is always like so not together and like I'm always running.
No,
around
but
and
you
so,
just-
like, yeah.
You don't realize how held together you are. Like you're so on
No,
top of
but it's
everything.
crazy. I feel
Your
I
sleeping,
feel
your
so
sleep
like,
schedule, just everything.
Yeah, but yeah, I just you I don't know. You kind of have to be. It's yeah, I don't know. You
I suppose when you're forced into being in a situation like that, it's not that you want to, but you have to. Like you
yeah,
said.
just have
and
to
like
adapt.
you have to. Otherwise, you're gonna.
And
But
Emre,
to be
you
honest,
said before, it comes with the course that you.
it
do
comes
as
with this
well.
course, but I think there's also a bit of me in it, and I have this kind of thing of like this like crippling thing of like I don't want to like disappoint anyone, so I always just want to work hard and I just want to get shit done. I just want to be like okay, but yeah, I'm trying to do less of that and only answer to myself and stuff like that and be like I'm gonna be productive for me, not for anybody else. But yeah, like it's college has been a really tough kind of thing because it like a big package because it's been a lot of work and a lot of because you have to structure a lot and you have to like plan like it's crazy to think about it like for the like if I'm stepping back just from my life for a second, I am busy this entire if I get like sick in the next like 5 or 6 days, I'm fucked. If like anything happens in the next 5 or 6 days, I'm fucked. Like I have to plan like weeks and weeks ahead. That's kind of my life, and that I think it's kind of the nature of the thing I do, the course I do. It's just you just have to be on it. It's and this uni conversation is actually really funny because literally today. So basically, if you want to go into acting, you
Oh yeah, you sent that text to the group chat earlier. We need
yeah,
to talk about that.
you can
If you want to.
Yeah. You can do basically a lot of successful actors go to drama school. Drama school is very, very highly respected in the industry. Drama school is a 3-year course, undergraduate course, and that is basically really intense actor training. So it's 3 years intense actor training. It's really thing. It's always been really dodgy, and it still is a bit dodgy. People are really trying. Like it's just so racist, and it's homophobic, and it's very sexist. It's just really fucked up because it reflects the industry. Because it's really messed up. But
It's where the Weinsteins are born, basically.
the thing is, the Weinsteins run it. It's that kind of thing, and they kind of train you to be like that's okay. Do you know what I mean? So
I had something similar. Like I don't mean to cut you off, and I'm not gonna say any names, but there was this case of this girl in my year literally accused, I think it's 3 separate guys of rape and it's completely false, and not false as in, oh, there's just no evidence, as in actually provably false. Like it couldn't have possibly happened, and the school refuses to do anything about it because she's like a model student kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
Like that's the inverse of how it usually is, where someone did actually do that to a girl, and then they step forward, and then nothing happens to the guy, which I think has also happened. But it just shows that kind of both. It's just scummy, no matter who you are.
Yeah, it's like drama school is like, it reflects the industry, and it's kind of, but there is change. Like there are so like especially like after quarantine and after the BLM movement, there are so many students who have shook the fuck up like drama schools. Like they have shaken it up. They're getting rid of all these disgusting like people at the top. Like they are really shaking it up, and it's good. But anyways, this isn't the point of why I don't want to go. Or, no, I do. I don't know. This isn't the point. It's just a little fun fact about drama schools. Drama schools, that's what you do. You go there, you train, and then you'll hopefully find an agent, and then you'll get signed to an agent, and then one day you will land a big role that will make you successful and famous. It won't happen, but you can dream. So
you're giving a nice kind of encouraging
no,
to
if you want to act, don't. That's my best
Oh my
advice.
god!
Don't you
Just
dare.
don't.
It's so
Don't even
horrible
bother.
and soul draining, and just has made my life a living misery. No, I'm joking.
When we first started this podcast, we hadn't even started college, had we?
Nope.
No, we just
Wow.
finished high school, didn't we?
That's insane.
Wow.
Listen to just everything we're saying now. Like,
Yeah.
it's actually been a long time.
It makes me want to listen back to everything and just see what we've said.
I feel like we're more mature, you know. I was thinking
100%.
a minute ago about that first few episodes. I don't know if we were just delirious because of lockdown, or I don't know what it was.
It was so
I was thinking I
fucking
can't imagine us
stupid.
dipping into that now, or maybe we could.
Yeah.
The kind of start of the episode, just complete mayhem, hasn't happened.
What
for
was
so
the episode
long.
where we
Oh
were
my
just
God,
like
yeah.
literally apes?
The first episode.
Oh my god.
And then, no, the thing with the episodes at the start
And
with
the
our
audio was
mayhem
shit as
hour.
well.
Yeah, it's
is
terrible.
that so? In the first episode, it happened at the beginning. Then in the second episode, it moved forward to about the midway through, and then in the third episode, it was at the end. So like, it kind of just moved along the progress.
Yeah, and
Emre
it's
used
out
to
of the
be
picture.
fucking every.
Yeah, I
Emre would change
did.
sides every like 10 seconds. It would just be wild. What was the one where it was like Emre's kicked off or something?
Arun kicks
Emre's off the
podcast.
cast.
It was
And
the
it got
shit.
the
It was the most
least
clickbait.
views.
Yeah, it was the most clickbait. Like, I even had a fucking like red circle and arrow. Fucking
On his nose, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It
on
never
his
hit
nose.
100
And then there's an
views.
image of me in the background in the cell.
You're the sun in the background. No, you're the
I love
moon,
that.
and you're just giving off light.
Which one is the most viewed, and why isn't it Dennis Shits himself?
Ben Shapiro's furry.
Why
something
isn't
farm.
it Dennis shits himself?
Wait, which one? Ben Shapiro's.
The
Indian
Ben
furry
Shapiro's Indian furry farm is the most.
Yeah,
viewed one.
I mean,
And it's just because we hit so many demographics with that fucking title. Like, it's marketing
farm?
genius.
We should do every
Yeah.
title like that. Just key phrases.
Wait, hold on. I'm checking how many views it has now. It's almost at 1K.
Oh my god!
It's got
Oh my
926
Guys,
views.
we've had an influence.
So
podcast
people
has
have
had an
listened to that
influence.
fucking podcast.
We have nearly influenced the lives of 1,000 individuals with that podcast.
And that's not even taking into account how many people just saw that title and thumbnail and were like, "What the fuck is this?" Like just getting recommended to them. Would you click on this podcast? Would you click on that episode if you saw it?
I want to check the statistics on that and see if there's like one person who listened to the entire.
Yeah.
it gives a
yeah.
percentage, doesn't it? So you can see like how many
We need to
out of
check.
everyone.
But no, that is why we hit so many demographics with that title. There was no way it wasn't going to be the most views.
Still want Dennis shits himself to have the most views.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
it definitely deserves it. That is
Yeah.
literally the funniest fucking episode.
The
It
best
might.
Wait, what? Remind me, what happened in that one?
Yeah.
We talk about the Greg's incident. Dennis shits himself.
Oh.
Oh yeah, the Greg's thing. I remember that.
Yeah,
Oh my
the
god.
Greg's
The
incident.
Greg's incident.
You have to call it that.
Are we still inside the Dennis update right now? Like that?
Oh yeah, we
Maybe.
haven't closed it off.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
We're within it right now. We'll come
Well, you
back
know,
to
that's
it
how you
anyway.
know it's successful, because we didn't even know it ended.
We didn't
Because
notice
usually,
we were coming
Usually
out
the
of it.
Dennis update would just be me stumbling around, not fucking knowing what I'm talking
My
about.
favorite Dennis update is the one in Dennis. Wait, no, is it? Yeah, the one in Dennis shits himself because it's about you getting a haircut, and that's the first time we had the jingle and everything.
Oh,
and they're like, okay, and you guys asked Dennis how was the vibe, and Dennis goes, oh, so, and then just trails off immediately. and then no, that was after. But the first time he's like, oh, so I went and. Oh fuck it now. And it's over. And then I think it's Joe just goes, you're not good at the speaking thing, are you?
No.
And then Dennis just with his like you could hear him with his hands covering his face goes, no. And it's so funny.
I'm so sorry, Dennis. That's so mean.
Oh, sorry, Dennis. Love you, Dennis.
This episode literally marks the first successful Dennis update to ever happen.
Yeah, you did it. You smashed it.
Round of applause for the first good Dennis update.
Uh-huh.
Alright, we'll edit
Would you
that.
say, I actually didn't hear what
Yeah, I
you
didn't hear what you said.
I said round of applause.
said. We all just pretended.
Yeah.
You're like,
Joe said, so I just said it.
I said round of applause for the first Dennis update. Everyone was like,
Oh, and then none of us clapped.
everyone was just sitting there. Just, okay. I guess not.
Oh my god.
Was it literally you got? Because I was like, maybe they're waiting for someone to
Can
start
we clap
clapping
for it
first. Okay,
No, because...
you're an arsehole.
Great.
All right, we'll edit that in to we'll make it better.
But should I quickly finish? Because I just feel like I just said, fuck drama school, don't do acting, and then left it.
Oh yeah, you never. I mean, that's also a good point.
No, it
but
is.
If you.
I'll just. So basically,
Oh no, that's because I interrupted you.
No, it's alright, so I was, today I was also looking at, so that's my option, is like going to drama school, that's one thing. It takes you, it's supposed to take you very, very long to get into drama school, like quite a while, as in like a couple of tries. Anybody can get in, you don't need anything, you just kind of just get in. You do any age, anyone, it's an undergraduate degree, anyone can do it. So hence, because of that, there's a lot. It's you're in competition with like the entire country, pretty much.
I think universities should have a thing where it's just they stick you all in a fucking arena, and whoever comes out alive gets it.
No,
I think you've been playing too much of that VR thing.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so much fun.
Oh my god,
Emre, I was gonna ask you,
yeah.
if you don't go to that drama school, what would you do?
Okay, so basically, luckily my college have such a beautiful course. Like, I'm so happy it's there. It's for free. It's an extra course where it's a year of like basically the thing I'm doing right now, where it dabbles into a lot of like acting and theatre, where it goes into kind of radio, goes into stage, goes into film, goes into, it's just developing your, it's called the bridge course because it's kind of bridging your way from like this level
Because you
of
can
thing
be
to-
a student for free until 19.
Yeah, exactly. So that bridge course is my saviour, and I really want to do that because I also need time.
Sounds great.
My thing is, with acting, I don't want to just do it because I feel like I would much rather be in, I think I explained this, I think I said this before, I'd much rather be in a really weird theatre show that does really terrible, but it's like really cool, than a Marvel film.
You say that as if a Marvel film being like is what you is the standard for what you should aspire to be in.
Yeah, but that's not the case at all. I think it's so much better to be in things that you're actually passionate about.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
And you can tell when actors give a fuck and when they don't.
Yeah, and the thing is, there are some people in my year who are really built for that kind of stuff. Not even Marvel film. I'm shitting on it a bit.
Should be.
Not even Marvel. Like good films. Like basically, there are some people in my year in my school who are out there who have an agent, who are doing short films with people, small projects, doing adverts and commercials on like TV and whatnot, are extras in shows or are in TV shows or are in a film or do this. Like I know someone who's in a film, was on the BBC, this, that. I look at that and go, ew. But in a way for me. in a no. And
just if you applied it to your
if
own
I
life.
yeah, exactly. I respect them so much for it, but that is not what I want to do. Because
I just want to
feels-
interject. Me and Joe have talked about this before, but it's those people that
I was
are
thinking about that.
so driven and they're so like not obsessed, but they're so on it. Like they're already in exactly what you said, Emre, and they're so like obviously they have that drive to be successful, and a
But
lot
like
of the time it's like
business-minded
yeah,
about
it's
it
like
as well.
monetarily based. We
We were talking about a certain person.
yeah.
Oh. But there's a thing with that. I want to say something, and it's gonna sound really big-headed, but
I have a big head.
I have a fat ass. No.
That's the worst.
Yeah, that was so bad. I was thinking of like a way to like build off it and like say the fat ass bit, but like it was really bad.
That's the most dad joke I have ever. Are we old? Are we old now?
Yeah, after that, fucking.
Have we gotten
hell.
old? Is this our standard now? We're like a shit daytime radio show. That's what we've dropped.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I laughed at that more than anyone else. But I'm sorry. I don't know why I found that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, continue.
This whole driven thing you're saying, Arun, I would say that I'm one of the most driven and hardworking people in my year,
Yes.
and
Definitely.
I don't even need to know them. I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
Dennis,
just
I was literally
facts.
gonna say that. Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I genuinely don't mean to be big-headed. I genuinely don't, but I put in a lot of fucking effort. Like I really
No
do.
one
Like,
said you're being big.
huh?
Emre, you just deserve to say that. Like, it's not. There's a certain
Thanks, yeah.
point where you just deserve to say those kind of things.
Emre says that and turns on his webcam and his head's just like the size of a fucking beach ball.
Arun, stop! It's not funny. It's still okay. Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's
not okay.
Right, but yeah, and the thing is, I'm so driven and I'm so genuinely like on it, but I'm not on it the same way they are because it's just different stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I'm on it for like.
Do you think
it's just a-
they're on it for like monetary reasons? You're on it for
Not even
passion
that. I
reasons,
think
and
I
that's
think it's just a different industry, and I think it's a different just subset
Right.
of acting and theatre. Theatre. And one thing that really like fuels this like fire and passion for not going into like the stuff I'm talking about is
Pardon
my
me.
fucking hate for the industry side of stuff and for the networking side of stuff and for all of that.
I fucking hate that too.
I hate it.
And
with my
every
fucking
teacher at my college constantly goes on about that like it's more about it's less about what you can do and more about who you know. That's fucking shit.
I hate.
That's fucking
My
awful.
school
Nothing
exactly
annoys me
the
more.
same way.
Nothing annoys me more because it is so fucking soul crushing. It is so soul crushing.
Because
there are
it
times
makes you think and it also makes you think that everyone you speak to and everyone you're making friends with, are they just doing that to make connections?
that really-
Is what
because,
they're
you know,
doing?
exactly.
I just want to add, because my teacher literally asked the class, what is the best thing to make connections in? And the first person who put their hand up was our friends. And it was like, good job.
You-
Yeah, that's the answer. And I was like,
Oh.
that hurts so much to hear. Because
And
I'm just like,
And
I
this is-
guess
that how you see me?
I guess that means more like think of your friends as also your friends, but more like they're also open as options. But the thing where it gets dodgy is when you make quote friends just for the purpose of having those connections. That's so fucked
Exactly,
to think about.
and going, I hate this. I can like write a fucking like essay on this. And going to a performing arts school for college, there have been so many gut-wrenching and genuinely defeating fucking experiences where like I'm not networking, or I'm not doing the right thing, or I'm not smiling, or I'm not smiling enough, and it's so fucking... I said this thing to my teacher once. I was like, when I joined my college, because it's a performing arts school and it's kind of up there in its name, because of that, there is such like a... I'm on the job now. I didn't really like get like a warning, but I'm on the job.
There's a
as
I was
in
gonna
a way
say
where
earlier.
I can like I'll be at a show, or like we'll have a Q&A with a casting director, and they can literally like come up to me and be like, "Wow, you have the look I'm kind of looking for a thing I'm doing. Would you want to come and do this?" And my life is changed like that. I hate that. There have been so many. I did this really beautiful like devised piece about body hair with a group of people. It was just such a cool performance. We just did it about the stigma around it, blah blah blah. And like some kind of important theatre director people came, and like we go and like everybody's like, "Oh my god, do you know who's here? Do you know who's here?" And it just took away from the genuinity of that entire experience and the passion. And it
Another thing,
sucks it away.
I don't know if this is like,
passion.
I don't know if this is an actual like pattern I've noticed, but the people who, there's a lot of people in my year who are actively trying to get into like the production side of things, or being producers instead of being like a cinematographer, on lighting, whatever. And like I don't understand, like I kind of understand it, but at the same time it's like you don't have, like, producers are all about the money. Like, I don't want to generalize, but that is mostly what they're about. It's about the money making side, it's about the corporate side, all the rest of it. But as much as I may personally think that's kind of, I don't know, I don't like that, at the same time they are literally the most reliable people I've ever worked with. Like, they are just so on it all the time. Because basically I did a shoot I don't know even know if it was a month ago at this point. The whole thing was a train wreck because in actual time we got like less than 3 days to plan it. It was stretched out over like a week, but you can't plan if not everyone's there. So the actual time we got was about less than 3 days. But because of that, it was such a train wreck. We just hadn't planned enough, and the teachers kept fucking getting in the way of shit. So one moment we have to film in this format, the next they've completely changed it, the script kept changing. We were literally on the day still getting script changes. Like, it was just such a fucking mess. But the thing I noticed was all the people who wanted to be producers in the future, because I was the DOP of this project, director of photography, so I was commanding all the kind of visual elements of it. And I just noticed all the people, the best people to call on, were the people who wanted to be producers in the future. Like, literally, I asked them to do something. They say, "Yep, get it done well, quickly, and efficiently," and that's the end of it. There's nothing else. But I don't know if that's an actual pattern or just something my brain kind of noticed.
Now,
but
this is my thing though. I think firstly I have 2 points. One thing is, a lot of these people who I'm talking about, who are going up to casting directors, introducing themselves, these are my friends. These are my genuine friends who I love and care so much, and it's not their fault. That's what you have to do. They're doing it because they have to do it. It's what you have to do. It's the part of the whole thing. So like you can't really like blame them for it. It's what they have to do. But I guess there's a thing of my thing. Something that I mentioned this to Joe before, I think, something I really care about is genuinity. That's not a word, bear with me. It's like being
genuinity.
Being genuine, and like, so this project that I did outside of school for this theatre company, the artistic directors who did the project, I think they are so cool, and I want to stay in contact with them so bad. Not because they have contacts themselves and it's good for networking, because I fucking think they're so cool. That's it. That's why.
And that's
because
beautiful.
I genuinely
That's so
think
much
they're exactly, and like I think their work is so cool, and I'd love to like just do shit with them like in the future, whatnot. And that's what I really hold to my
Another
yeah.
thing on that same point of like being genuine is my college has a thing where they bring in like masterclass people, so people to come in and talk to us like industry professionals, like actually in high up places, like not sometimes they are genuinely famous, but other times like they're just well known. And one thing I've noticed a lot is all of them put this emphasis on, and they beat around the bush a lot. They don't say it outright, but the actual thing they're saying is you need to be manipulative as fuck. So there was this one guy who didn't beat around the bush at all, and he said if you're dealing with like people you're working with, one thing you need to do is basically you need to manipulate them. So if you have a good idea and you want that idea implemented, make it seem as if it was their idea. So say, didn't you say this?
Oh my god,
and then,
the amount of times I've heard that. I even heard it in a speech I was having to record.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even music.
It's so fucked. It's so fucked. And like on like you hear it and you're like, yeah, wow, that's so right. That's such a good idea. But then you take a step back and you think,
Yeah.
this is the state of the fucking industry that I'm trying to get into.
One thing, and I want to say one thing. So, a module of my course is a directing course, and one of the biggest notes that we've got as a director, the biggest thing you need to do, all the directors do it, is manipulate actors into thinking something they said is into thinking your idea is their idea. So they're like,
yeah, exactly.
That's really interesting, Emre, because you're an actor, so you're basically going into the mind of those people.
Exactly, and I don't want to do that. And look,
what's more interesting is that they're telling that to a bunch of kids who would also want to be actors.
no, but what the cool
do
thing,
both sides just know that
cool
they're being
thing-
manipulated?
The really cool thing about my course and that whole stuff is it isn't just acting. So we have like a it's kind of dipping your toes in all areas of theatre, because it's such a
That is
it's
great, because
big
otherwise
thing.
you just wouldn't know those things.
Exactly. And for me, there are theatre companies who are so cool, who are like as genuine as can be. They are like these like theatre companies who are like made up of like 6 like artists, and they like just create really cool shit. Like there's like one which I absolutely think are so cool, like who do immersive stuff, and they're like these huge scale immersive things which are just like insane, and like they're just incredible and just so cool. That's what I want to do. They're not known to it, like they're not really well known, but they're well known in the theatre world, that kind of bubble. And I just, that's what I want to do.
And that's a bubble that you want to be in.
Yeah, that's a bubble I feel like, and like that's basically to wrap up my kind of big drama school thing. I've recently just had this thing. No, I've always felt it, but I've recently had this thing of like, I want to act. I'm good at acting. I think I'm good, and I think I can get better. It's a skill, but I don't want to put all my fucking like eggs in that basket. I also write. I also like produce, do crazy stuff. I'm organising this show I'm doing on Thursday called Riot Girl. Joe's coming to see it. Joe, I can't wait for you to watch that show, and I'm going to tell you every single bit I made.
Tell them what you're doing in the show.
So, in the show, I'm doing.
This is how dedicated this guy is.
So in the show, I'm shaving my head, basically.
Like all his hair off.
Basically, the premise of the show is our year group was split into boys and girls. Not very progressive. I get that, but they did it. They did it for they did it like knowing that it's not like like they did it knowing that, and they did it, and we had issues with non-binary students, and it's so like shit for them, and it's like
I can imagine how that must have fucking been.
like it's horrible.
Idea,
I know, no, it is terrible, but like
how did they figure
did
that
it
out?
They I think
they just go off like physical sex, I guess.
Yeah, like assigned what they were assigned at birth. They've gone off of that, but the reason why they did that is because of the whole thing of the project of like so we're gonna make work. So we've been making work about Riot Girl. Basically, it's kind of in response to the kind of social stuff happening with like women and sexual harassment like on the streets and whatnot. It's in response to that being really like prominent recently because of like deaths of like Sarah Everard and stuff. It's kind of in response to that, and it's this big piece about like that and whatnot, and it's called Riot Girl, and it's also taken inspiration a lot from female identifying musical artists. And in that, so there's a moment where I have a drag moment to Lady Gaga, because I basically
Did you suggest that?
yeah, so basically I'm in an all boys class. We were asked over the holidays to do a commission, right, a recommission of our piece. I was the only boy who did it, and nobody
What?
done it, and I came in and I had a whole drag number with fake blood, vomit, 7 costume changes.
I saw a video of it. It was incredible.
Yeah, and backdrops, like everything. And okay, to wrap up my drama school point, for that I had to fucking source props, produce it, write it, make the videos for it, act in it, all of it. I like that. I really like doing it all, and like
You like
creating
being a
something.
one-man show.
And that's what.
Do you like
no,
having
not,
the
no, not
control
even one man
over
show.
your project?
Just like control, because I'm genuinely.
Emre, that's exactly why I'm enjoying trying to do this animation, because
Yeah.
I'm literally doing everything, and I'm not using voice actors. I'm using an audio, so I'm literally
Yeah.
doing everything on my own. I'm enjoying it because it's different. I haven't the last time I did something like that was when I was in like primary school and I had no one else to do it with. Like that's
Yeah.
the last time I've ever done. Do you know
Exactly,
what I mean? So,
exactly.
My
It's-
or
final
I guess,
major
I guess
project is
YouTube
going to be like
videos
that
a
as
little
well.
bit, but yeah, I'm enjoying getting into it because like
Yeah.
you know you're just on your own, but because you know you're on your own, you're more driven.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you know, like if you don't do it,
And it's not even like on my own. It's literally just I'm genuinely doing it, and and I just like that kind of way of working. So I feel like I've spoken for so long about my life, so I'm gonna wrap up this kind of drama school thing and uni thing. I wanna be in theatre companies like that who just make weird shit and do cool shit and do genuine stuff, and just it's just so cool and whatnot. And like instead of being like in Riverdale. That's my that's my kind of.
So your
process
main
I'm
goal
going.
is to never end up in Riverdale.
Yes, that is my main
Emre
goal.
is so fun to listen to that you just forget to speak.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, but I was gonna say that you know how you, Joe. I mean, you both were saying that you both love having like control like that. I do and
Yeah,
everything.
I'm like feel like I'm new to it at the moment.
Yeah.
I've forgotten like this feeling.
my final major project is coming up soon, and the thing that they're telling us is that you can work in a group, but and they're very inconsistent about this. Half of them are saying we encourage you to work on your own. The other half are saying like you can do what you want. But
I choose work on your own.
I'm in two minds about it because I don't know whether or not because I'm the same as you guys. I fucking love having just as much control as possible, but at the same time I'm worried if I shift all of that stuff onto myself. If I fumble, if I fuck it up, that's it. There's no one to fall back on. There's no one to back me, and especially it also limits the scope of what you can do. You have more people, you can do more, and it's that trade-off mentally of do I want a bigger project, but I have to look after all these other people, and I have to trust 100% in them to do their job well. Or do I just limit the scope of what I want to do and do it all myself and make sure that everything's amazing on my own?
Yeah.
And I haven't come to a conclusion yet, but I'm gonna have to soon because we're getting our project briefs like next week, so I have to decide pretty fucking quickly. But yeah, it's stressful, bro. Like, but at the same time, like, as much as they say, you know, this is your intro to the industry and all that, like, you know, you couldn't ease us into it a bit more. Like you're kind of just sticking
That's
us
what I
right
was
in the
going to
thick.
say at the start. You literally go from high school, where everything just feels like, you know, you just got an exam, and then you're going to go into
You
college.
just live in your little world of whatever like place you live in.
And then suddenly you go to college, and it's just like you're instantly you're instantly being made to think about industries and what your future is going to be like. And it's actually kind of like Emery's profile picture on Discord.
Yeah, it's just, nah. I mean, I'm applying for fucking jobs now. Like that sounds just normal to everyone else, but
I've worked
for me,
a job.
that's just
Oh my god,
yeah.
since the last episode, I've worked an entire job.
Yeah.
for
Oh,
months.
same.
But yeah, and you, Emma.
I think I'm the only person in this group who has worked during high school but hasn't worked during college. Or am I
you
wrong?
did that swimming stuff, didn't you?
I worked as a
yeah.
swim pool assistant.
You got paid one pound
I
an
got
hour.
paid.
That's not a joke. You actually got paid £1
I wasn't
an
paid
hour.
£1.
£1
No. He's exaggerating. He's exaggerating.
I'm not. No, I'm not. You are.
You are.
Well, that's what you told me. That's what you told me. It was either £1 or £3 an hour.
I worked 2 hours a week. It was nothing, and they probably paid me about $5.70 for those 2 hours.
Hey, it's not.
less than
It's
£3
okay.
an
You know,
hour.
for the
As a first job, that's really good.
Oh
And the fact
yeah,
you were
that
out
is
doing
so good. And
something
for
as
the
well.
really quickly
Especially
for
in
the
high
theatre job, I was doing with the theatre company, I got paid like
Oh, you did?
£4.50.
We get done dirty so much.
But no. But
No
the reason,
one pays us anything.
Wait, Emre, was that per hour or
per
was that
hour.
just how much
And
you
the
were paid?
reason
Flat
why
fee
the
of
reason
£4
why is because, to be honest, it's not on them. It's literally because I was doing that. The age range of that was like 9 years old to like my age, which is 17, because we're all kids. That's how. So like
Right.
for a
Yeah.
9-year-old, that'd be bussing.
Why is that the age range?
That was I don't know, but that was just the type of the piece that the theatre piece needed.
So, because like the minimum age range for your your salary, it starts at 13, and then it stops at 16, and then it goes higher.
Theatre's
and then
different
after
though.
that, and then 18, it gets to the normal. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, performing and that whole side of things is quite different to normal stuff.
I mean that you talking about like doing like your job in high school, then it's got me thinking about the amount of shit I was doing. Like I'd do anything in secondary to make money. I don't know if you guys did this as well. I know
remember
Joe,
you talking about.
oh my god,
I remember
yeah.
Joe, you did the calculators as well. I did that shit too.
Yeah, bro.
I went
painted the calculator.
I went
I did
above and
Finn from
beyond.
Adventure Time on a calculator, the
Oh
back
my
of someone's calculator.
I did like I did most of the shit I did was like comic books, so it was like Iron Man.
Yeah, I sold them in year 7 as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
remember,
don't mean to like one up
Did
you.
you make them, Maroon?
No, yeah, of course I made them, but I'm saying like,
Bro, do you have any?
oh no, I don't. But I'm saying I don't want to one up you, but I was literally, I went above and beyond in my scheme to make money. Like it was like doing art homework for people, then just doing homework in general for money. And then literally like a kind of B-Tech fight club behind the sixth form block.
What?
No way.
You didn't tell me that.
I'm serious. I am serious. Dennis, I think I've told you. I've definitely told you, Dennis.
You told me about the rest, but I didn't hear about the fight
Started
club.
a fight.
What?
And then it was like you bet on people. and then it just-
Fucking hell.
No, there were rules though. They like the people I was with. They wanted rules. I didn't want any rules, but they decided that there should be. So it was like you couldn't punch the face or anything like that. And then
What?
And then even in like even in chess club, yeah, I was like, you know, we can turn this.
You know we could
who's gonna
fight
bet?
outside.
No, it was like we would take this outside. I'll bet on myself. No, it was more like we just sit down and play it, and I'll be like this. You know what? I'll bet £5 I'm gonna win this game. And then they're like, no, you're not. I'm like, yeah, I will. And they're like, okay. And then they bet money, and then it became a thing really quickly.
Arun!
The chess club became a gambling tournament. About who would win these chess games?
I see that.
So the whole way through secondary, I was just hustling, trying to make.
I'm just imagining a bunch of just sweaty nerds just having a fight at the back.
Arun, you know, the more you talk about secondary school, the more it makes sense that shift to online for you was just fucking...
I know, no, exactly, yeah, no, that's why it was so fucking weird for, like, the more, like, obviously I've always known it was shit, but the further away that point in my life gets from me now, the more I deep that, like, I don't think online school should exist. Just at all. I don't think it should exist.
Can you give an update on your whole thoughts on it? Because the last time you would have spoken about it would have been ages ago.
No, my thoughts now are more than if you do it prepared for whatever, go out, do exercise, all the rest of it. My viewpoint now is avoid it as much as possible and it should not be a thing at all. Like the biggest thing is, when you're learning, you should be in a separate place from where you sleep, from where you eat, from where you live. And when you have to go to school online, it wipes out the line between those two areas.
You did talk about that. You started hating your room.
Yeah, no, I literally, whenever I could avoid it, I'd be outside of my room. Or if I was going to be in my room, I'd try my best to get people in there with me. I met up with people the most during that time period, just because obviously you're not in an actual school. You need people to be there. Like, sometimes I'd bunk entire weeks off of online school, and it's not really bunking because you're just not logging in, but I'd bunk entire weeks of that shit just to go out with people or any of that stuff, just to avoid it, because
Completely makes sense.
It's so fucked. It's so fucked because all you're doing is just sitting on your ass. You're looking at a live stream of a teacher with their fucking shit webcam on, and you know what the most awkward thing is, and this isn't as important, but it's just something I noticed. It's when the teacher asks a question and then no one replies to it. And my film studies teacher, he didn't have to do this, but when I was sitting there, he asked a question, no one responded, and like, this is what got me to answer, because I just felt so bad. He literally just sat there, went, hello, anyone listening? And it was like, because that's the thing, and they choose the shittest fucking like app for this. My online school used Adobe Connect, which is the shit, like, it's ancient. It's this ancient bit of software. The Mayans were using it, and literally, fucking, you can just mute the teacher for yourself. You can just fuck off. And it's not like, obviously you can do that. You can do that anyway. Like, obviously you can just turn your, like, you can just yeah.
You used to
and
call
obviously
me, and
it's
then
like
you would
could
screen share, and I got curious, and then you like showed me your lesson. And I was like, what the fuck, Arun?
But the thing is, like, obviously with like Zoom and that, you can just turn your device volume down and that.
Yeah.
But with this, you could literally just mute the teacher and then just do whatever you wanted. And that is why, to this day, I am completely fucking baffled that I made it through my and not even just made it through my GCSEs. I did well.
Grades.
I did well in my
you're
GCSEs
intelligent.
because I did no revision. I didn't try at all. I did fuck all. Like, my predicted grade for history.
How long was this? Like, how long was this era?
less than 2 months into year 10 until the end of secondary.
Right.
So it was an odd 2 years. I
Oh
was doing
my
this.
god.
Which sounds mad, because in my head I don't even, time just becomes me. You know how everyone is saying like, oh, in lockdown time like means nothing. How do you think I feel, bro?
Yeah,
time has been like that for so long.
I was like,
for
I
me.
totally understand what that meant.
And I remember it so vividly. I remember you going like, everybody's experiencing my pain, and like I remember you saying that.
Yeah, and I bet you men thought I was just being over dramatic. I wasn't.
You were.
I'm serious.
Like,
it fucks with your perception of time, people, everything.
Literally, Arun, the quarantine where we had school, the January one of last year, that is
Start of
the
2021.
biggest.
It's a blur.
that one
that
absolutely
is the
corrupted me.
that is the
Yeah.
biggest
Yeah.
conversation
So-
topic I have with my counsellor. The biggest one. That
What?
is
Because it's a blur for you.
because it was just so horrible. It was so horrible.
That's
So
the
I
thing.
couldn't-
For
It-
me,
you
it
don't
was-
remember
for me, it's
any of
all
it.
phased into like one memory.
You don't
Like,
remember
can't
any
pick
of it, but
apart
what you
anything.
do remember is fucking awful, and that's
Yeah.
always how it goes.
Yeah.
And the thing, it goes beyond like it just fucking your perception of shit up. Because literally their solution to like kids socializing was they had an external third-party app that you'd sign up for to talk to your classmates.
No
This
one would
kinda
use it
horrified me
though.
when you told me that.
And at the time, I obviously, when I first joined, I was just gassed that, like, in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm just chilling at home. Like, this is sick. And then it very quickly started to,
And I bet
like,
you like
creep
tried
in.
not to acknowledge it.
no, yeah, I definitely lied and said, like, oh, no, I'm fine, bro. This is good. But I know in my head, even then, I was like, this isn't good at all. And so, because lockdown started after I fucking ended secondary, right? So, I think I was in effective lockdown for what, 2-3 years, and so that span of time between 2018 and wait, no, it was yeah, no, I think it was 2018 to early 2020 is just completely like I get dates mixed up a lot, like when events happened. It's literally fucked my perception of time around that area. So a lot, like if you're going into online school, you probably have been forced into that situation. I was forced into that situation because if I could have helped it, I wouldn't have gone to online school. It was because I had complications with my secondary school, which meant I had to leave, thankfully. And then there was nowhere else I could go. All the other schools were as shit, if not worse. So that's what happened. I was forced into online school. But my advice from before stands: if you are forced into online school, get out as much as possible. Don't bunk like I did. That's a stupid idea. But get out as much as you can. Meet with friends as much as you can. Make sure you maintain your body as much as possible. So exercise, fresh air, all that shit. But if you can help it, just don't. And the fact that what pisses me off is
Humans are
after
social creatures.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Like, even people who are introverted or like their time at home or whatever,
they still need friends.
You need a bit of like real life interaction.
Like there are people, and I was one of those people that was like, oh no, I'd rather spend time alone. And it's like, you wouldn't. You'd much like if you had a choice to go out with your friends or stay alone, you'd go out with your friends.
Yeah, even if you think you're that kind of person, your
Yeah.
natural instinct like is different.
Just overrides
There are
it.
so many people in my class who are like that. They were like, "Oh yeah, I'll be fine staying at home. I don't want to be at school. It's so much better."
And the thing is, you trick yourself into believing that. Like you think you're to yourself like, yeah, I'm fine just being alone, because the times that you don't mind being alone are when you're not thinking
Yeah.
and realizing that you're currently alone. When you realize you're alone, it immediately starts to creep in, and you want that human, and you're constantly reminded that you're alone when you're in online school, because you see other people, which like is prepping your brain for like interaction with people. But the biggest interaction you can have with them is maybe sometimes, if the teacher gives you permission, turning your webcam on and typing to them. It's
You
fucked.
needed to
And
give permission to turn a webcam on.
yes, yeah.
What the fuck?
Or turn your mic on, or any of that.
What?
Yeah, and the thing that pisses me the most off about this, and sorry, this isn't a very jolly topic, so I'll try and get this over with. But the thing that pisses me off the most is that teachers saw that lockdown school was possible through Zoom, and they took that as a sign that it's possible. We can just do it like this now. There's no issue.
Yeah.
But schools,
It's not though.
humans are not made to do that shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like I've said, it's extremely unhealthy, and you just shouldn't do it.
It's
so-
horrific. It's genuinely horrific. Yeah. I know.
I wanted to say if there's a teacher listening to this, but there's not.
I'm just wondering how they feel about it. It's just
Oh no, teachers.
how can they
I've
manage to feel
Teachers
like that?
teachers
I've
aren't great either. Like I was saying, how sad for my teachers I felt as well, because literally imagine you. Because sorry to cut you off, Emre, but
That's fine.
my I think it was my geography teacher literally said that, you know, sometimes because you guys can't have your mics on or your webcams, sometimes it feels like I'm talking to myself, haha. And they played it off as a joke, but I sat there listening to that thinking, that's so fucked. You're talking to yourself for a whole 6 hours a day.
Oh my god, yeah.
That can't be good for you.
Yeah, I've spoken to my. I have a teacher who's my second dad, and I've spoken to him about it. He the guy like hates it, and you can tell all of the teachers hate it, and it's so like, yeah, like it's just it's just not the way to teach, and to just yeah. I was gonna say before, like the teachers don't really have a say in it sometimes, but it is very shit.
Yeah, no, so as much as there were so many flaws in my secondary, and despite the fact I spent almost half of my fucking time at that time in isolation, I'd still take that shit over online school any fucking day.
Did anybody else hear a scream?
That was Arun.
Yeah.
When he
That
messed
was
up
because I had.
speaking.
That's because I voice cracked, and I was. That's just my reaction.
okay,
If I make a sound louder than the voice crack,
I thought it was like
focus on the loud sound
Dennis
instead
in
of
the
voice
corner.
crack.
Okay. I got really
Dennis
like,
laughing,
worried.
which is basically the same thing as a scream. Just
It just makes me think. it just makes me think. I feel like I've been interrupted about 1,000 times this podcast.
We've all been
Oh,
interrupted,
sorry,
but
What?
continue.
Are we still inside the Dennis update?
Possibly.
No, we closed it.
It's a Dennis update paradox.
It just keeps looping back on itself. Every episode from this point on is still the Dennis update, and every Dennis update from that point is a Dennis update within a Dennis update.
Dennis
Wow.
update podcast.
Wait, is this episode 5?
This is episode 5.
This is
so-
episode 5.
Oh,
No
we're on
way.
episode 5, bro.
We're on episode 5. Yo.
And then one more.
How many?
One more. One more stretch.
No, you're saying that like this hasn't been a good cast.
One more
and we haven't
stretch and
enjoyed
then we're
this.
out of this cell.
I've
No, I
enjoyed
love
this
I'm joking.
podcast. I've enjoyed
It's been
this. I think
amazing. 'Cause you
this
know
is
what
the
it
most
Can I
natural
just-
podcast.
Yeah, let me just say something. I think we have perfected it now, and I honestly think it's come with us maturing a bit in the last year. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what it feels like. And what I've been feeling like recently is that I've matured a bit. I'm noticing, you know how all through secondary school, if you thought about yourself in primary school, you thought about yourself as like, oh my god, I was so young, I was so stupid. I'm at a point now where I'm thinking that about secondary school as well. So I'm like realizing that I'm getting older now as well. So anyway, because I feel like we're just speaking better, it's like, as well as being a podcast, it's just been a nice catch up.
Yeah. Yeah.
As well as that, I think that we're focusing less on being entertaining, I guess, and more
Yeah,
just
and
talking.
we're just
to
enjoying
each
the
other.
conversation
Yeah, exactly.
more.
You know, have you
Because
guys
before,
realized this
like, you could
podcast
tell
is
that
an
we
hour and a half? Like that's how good of a conversation
Let's
that
see.
we've had.
We never set a concrete.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm
Time
saying. I'm saying that
Yeah.
it's
I
I
proof.
think deep down we all just wanted to have a chat.
Yeah, literally, that's why, like I said, yes, like I did want to speak to you guys. So.
Yeah, because Emre, you're the one who proposed it, and you were like a bit stressed today. And then you're
The good
like,
and the good
podcast?
thing is that this
Yeah.
is like, as well as just having a chat, this is also like a time capsule. You can come back to this.
Exactly,
I'm
that's what I was
really
thinking. I was
excited
gonna say
to
it.
look at the other
Bro,
ones.
I was literally gonna say, earlier, Emre, I can't wait to see you like reflect on everything you said about acting here. Like,
Yeah, who knows?
Like,
What's
you're-
gonna happen?
I bet you can use that for content later on. You know,
Oh my god, I can!
me and Emre have this thing. We love using like old footage and shit in like, on projects.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, no, you do like doing that.
Yeah.
I just want to mention this because basically this happened in between last episode and now, which is a long period of time, but it happened like immediately after the 4th episode. We're on Spotify now.
Yeah, we are! Oh my god!
That's something.
Yeah!
It's
Oh
like
my
it's been like that
God.
for how many months, and we just
It's
haven't.
been that like
just
that for so
haven't-
long that we haven't had. It's been in the description.
Oh,
I've
and we're not
updated
just on
them.
No
Spotify,
one
by the way.
cares.
We're literally on everything. We're on Apple.
Well, I don't know if Apple Music has accepted us.
we're gonna be bringing out a new episode, yeah, to our podcast that no one watches. Fucking 2 hours long. Do you know how cocky
No, I think.
Oh, yeah.
the
I should
fuck
maybe
do we
I'll
think we
put. Should I just put a thing at the start saying, by the way, we're on Spotify, and then it just cuts to the episode.
Yeah, that's
I'll do the same thing.
Arun's
that I
really
did.
good at doing like ads. Do you know what I mean? Arun is the best for doing like the concise little update
Yeah.
bits. Like he's the best for that. You're very good at speaking into a mic naturally, Arun.
It's because I've been doing it for so fucking long, bro.
Yeah,
most
but it
most
is
of the
a talent,
content I've
honestly.
made, most of the content I've made on YouTube has been exactly that, just me sitting.
Yeah,
talking.
because Arun, when I no offense to either of you or anyone else listening, but when I asked for my like school website, I needed feedback.
Oh, yeah, I
on
remember
that,
that,
on
yeah.
that animation I made. Your feedback and just how you spoke. Like everyone else had to cut out umming and ahhing and pause and stuff. For you, I didn't have to cut it for a second because it was so like to the point.
Cheers. I mean, that's the thing. You just
Oh, yeah, what
and,
what was wrong with
you,
mine?
You just learn how to do that.
I'm not even gonna
He
complain.
Yours was
literally
fine, but
precisely
honestly,
said
Emre,
no.
If
offense.
I'll send it to you, Arun is like a professional. Like he's just you're just good at it. Like,
I got
being able to
told
sound
on
so
my
natural.
I think it was my 2nd week or something at college that I had a voice for podcasts, or
There
just the
you
way
go,
I talk was
exactly,
like
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
This is my dream thing. I should just keep doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I made that joke video, which is still unlisted. I might make it public just after this goes out. But I did like a joke solo cast.
Oh yeah.
It was
actually?
literally
So we
Wait,
currently have the one with you and Joe up.
oh yeah,
the Chris stuff.
the Chris Stockminge.
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
I literally just like went on YouTube and I saw that and I was like, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck is
Oh, wait,
this?
Emre, I really want to hear your thoughts on that video. Like, give us a
Oh,
proper
yeah.
review.
It wa- I didn't watch.
You didn't watch the whole thing.
No, no. But I genuinely was like really busy, and I will.
Wow.
I know,
You're
like,
part of this brand.
genuinely, I saw it and was like, I want to watch
You're
this, and then I
part
got
of this.
distracted.
Is this another instance of Emery not giving a shit about anything?
Please don't say that. That'll make me really sad, because I was going to watch it. I was just genuinely very busy.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
sorry, man. We didn't mean it.
No, it's alright. I'll watch it.
Kind of meant it.
Yeah, you know, that maturing thing is so true. The way we literally, like, apologize like that in the fucking, like, first
Yeah,
one.
that would have been
That
like...
would have been our
beef.
friendship over. Done.
No, our friendship was on the rocks in that.
Oh,
But,
Our friendship was on the rocks for like 5 years straight, but it's okay. We got through it.
for like the first 5 years of our friendship. Year 7 was smooth sailing.
Yeah,
and
year
after
7
that-
was sick, and then after that, yo.
And then we had the incident
But-
not too long ago.
and-
with
and
the-
now it's
the diss
literally,
track,
like,
which
the most
put
wholesome,
put
like,
this group
lovely
on the
vibes.
fucking, on the on the ropes a bit.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
Never mind, actually.
What did he say? What did he say? I was talking about something else. What did he say? What did he say? Did he say what I think he said?
I didn't hear it either. Go on.
Go on,
Aaron.
Aaron. Go on, little boy. Go on, little
He's
man.
just gone.
What? This friendship group is on the rocks. Look, I'm sorry.
No, I mean, no. No, I'm hold on.
What the hell?
No, sorry. I literally just fucking. I cartoon
beautiful.
stuttered there. I cartoon stuttered.
This is those Curb Your Enthusiasm. moment.
I'm just. There was a point in time where me and Joe collaborated on a certain project, which put.
Yeah, we made a diss track on Dennis, which was a very stupid idea.
Oh.
And we both regret it.
Okay,
this
to be
day.
fair, at the time, I was having probably the best week I had been having in like many months, and then to just suddenly being ripped into, like absolutely ruined. I would love to hear it again. I'd love to hear that thing again.
I don't think you would, Dennis.
That's in the Lost Ark.
Yeah,
Indiana
let's-
Jones. that's
Let's just leave
that's
it.
closed
Okay.
off.
I thought you meant as in like
Fine.
sometimes it goes like
It's
so-
the forbidden track.
that whole arc was just so fucking ridiculous. It was on a whim, and
Yeah.
it caused all that fucking.
When was that made? And then, like, what is the time difference between you making it
it
and
was
sending it?
it was at
Our
least
plan, right? Our plan was that we would like make it, and literally, if you ever wronged us, like we were just inspired to make something.
we made it as the nuclear option.
And it's like
Oh
our
my
thought
God.
process was like, if Dennis ever wrongs us, we'll drop this, even if it's in like 10 years. Even if it's in 10
I don't know
years
how
from
to
now.
feel about that, because were you like expecting me to do
No,
something?
not at all. But it was just a silly idea, and then we just blew it out of
Well,
proportion.
no,
because we
the
were
start
bored.
of it was you did one of your Dennis things where you just like said something
Yeah, you like
or that
pissed
just
us
rubbed
off
us the
on
wrong
purpose
way.
on the chat.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
that started it, and we were just like, all right, fuck this guy. Like, if for the next time he does this, we're dropping this.
2 weeks later, by the time we like put the finishing touches on everything, we were so into it and so passionate.
We
that
were looking for
just
any
dropped
excuse
it.
to drop
Yeah.
it at that point.
So you like did not. You probably like spelt a word wrong.
No, don't say it like that, because that makes it seem like we waited for the guy with dyslexia to fuck up his spelling so we could place it on a 5-minute
just,
track.
No. I just meant you like did something not bad, and then
Yeah.
We should
were
also
so
mention that
excited
track
that-
is 5 minutes and 30 seconds, which is long for any song, let alone a fucking diss track.
yeah, no, that was
It's
On
it's a good
on a
extended
bad day.
play.
If that was about me, that'd break me. That'd make
Yeah,
me
that's
go.
right. That was really horrible.
Well, Emre, you only kind of like half figured it out afterwards.
Oh,
didn't you?
And
Yeah, Emre was so confused.
I was like, what is going on? I was like, what the? I was like texting Joe. I was like, Joe, what the fuck have you done? Texting Dennis, are you
I
okay?
was shooting a film for my friend Ezra. I was helping.
oh yeah, and all this shit was going down. And also, Emre, do you remember I made that shit mashup of or like I just tried it. It was shit only because it was my first time ever trying shit like that. I made that shit mashup of My Ordinary Life and Montero by
Oh yeah, I remember
fucking
that.
Lil Nas X. Yeah, and I accidentally, instead of sending the mashup file, sent Dennis's diss track again. yeah.
Yeah, wait, you sent,
Oh
you
my
sent
God.
him what now?
Instead of sending him the mashup that I did, I sent the Dennis diss track again by accident.
Oh,
I just dragged in the wrong file. And so Emre was like, I think you sent the wrong thing, like all casual like that.
I remember that so well.
Emre
'cause I
heard
was
the
like,
forbidden tape.
Emre heard the forbidden tape.
yeah, I heard it.
I want to hear it again.
No.
I'm not
I
playing
think
it.
I think I have
New
it on my
perspective, new
channel.
mind.
If this gets
2 million
10
views.
comments, we'll release.
It's never coming
No.
out. That's
If
it.
this gets if this gets 1 million views. If this
Well, I
gets
mean, that's
half,
just not happening,
If
is
this
it?
gets 500,000 views, we'll release it.
That's still not
If
I
happening.
love how
gets
you
one
no,
like.
because you like you just made it less like as if you were being reasonable, as if 500k is a reasonable fucking amount. I wanted to ask this right because this has been on my topic list for however long, and I am curious what you guys would say if we had a podcast mascot. What,
I
what would it
wanted to
be?
get this answered.
Yeah, what would
It's
it
like
be?
Ben Shapiro.
So hypothetically,
Young Dennis, like a
Young Dennis.
young Dennis.
like a should we wait? Should I draw up like a chibi version of like young Dennis, and that's our mascot now? Is the
I see it.
It just makes no sense. Guys, I drew some in the chat. I put Arun, your like idea
Wait.
earlier. I drew it.
That's so good.
What the hell?
Oh my god!
No, I don't know why
What
I find
the
that so
hell?
fucking funny. Not to be big-headed, he's sitting there with a fucking globe
Not
head.
to be
That
big-headed.
is so fucking. He looks like Beavis from Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Should we make Beavis and Butthead the unofficial mascots of the?
Yeah, I secretly
There we
really
go.
like
We
them,
have it.
even though the show is so ugly and
Oh.
like kind of crap. I just something about that style, like it's so grotesque that I like it.
The only I fucking hate the show. Like genuinely, I hate it. The only good thing to come out of Beavis and Butthead was Daria. I really
Oh
like
yeah,
the show.
because she was a character in that first, isn't it?
Yeah, and then she got her own spin-off show, which was just impossibly better than Beavis and
Really,
Butthead.
you know, I've
which
never
is-
watched it. I've seen bits of it, and the animation
Really?
is really good, but I
You
never
should
watched
watch
it.
it.
Her character. design
I
is
think
really good.
it's kind of dated because like it shows its age a lot, but it's still funny now because they accidentally predict a lot. Like they say stuff as jokes, which is now true.
Yeah, that
so-
would scare me, I think.
No, but the main appeal is just the sardonic cast humor of the sardonic humor. The sardonic humor. That means nothing to anyone else.
Sardonic.
Basically, the sardonic cast is another podcast, which
Oh,
I don't want to
know.
slag it off, but I don't want to be rude, but it's not good.
No, it's
Anyway.
kind of not. Like you feel like a loser when you listen to it.
You literally do as well. Like it's like sitting at the table with a bunch of kids who will actively like hate the popular film.
It doesn't
Like,
make you proud to
Quentin Tarantino.
enjoy films. It makes you feel like it's like a
Quentin
dirty little
Tarantino is so overrated. I much prefer this black and white film from the 1940s that no one likes.
secret. Yeah.
Should we enter the would you rather segment?
Okay, let's have one would you rather to end it off. Pick a good one.
Okay, let's pick out a good one here. Would you rather be the smartest person on Earth, but you're paralyzed, or be the actual stupidest person on
That's
the planet
Stevie
Earth?
Wonder, idiot.
But
Stephen Hawking.
God.
Stephen Hawking. Wrong one. Oh, for God's sake.
Stevie
Stephen
Wonder
Hawking.
is the smartest person on Earth, but paralyzed.
This guy just said Stevie Wonder instead of Stephen Hawking.
Not just that, he was like, "That's Stevie Wonder, you idiot." Anyway, sorry. Would you rather be the smartest person on Earth, but you're paralyzed? So would you rather be Stevie Wonder, or would you rather be the
What's the
actual
other one?
the certifiably dumbest human on Earth, but you're the greatest athlete as well?
Both are fine. Both you're gonna have a good
well.
time with both. Like it doesn't really matter.
If you're the
Like,
smartest, you'll rule the world, and if you're
I think no, Stephen Hawking will be fun though because you just know everything. You'll just be like yo. Do you know what I mean?
So if you decide to go with Stevie Wonder, you'll just be like, yo.
No, you just know everything. You just be clever, innit? That's sick. Like,
So you'd rather be the smartest man than the best athlete.
yeah, Stevie Wonder, and then I won't live that long. I'll put myself out of my misery. But I'll have like a cool life. Like I'll have a cool like knowing life. Like yeah, I'm all clever, and then I'll like kill myself. No, not kill. No.
What? Emery's gone off the rails. Emery's controversial. He was so respectable the whole episode, and then he's just like.
He's gone off
This
into
facade is slipping right at the end.
my like mask of like being like all like
being
sensible
sane.
and like this like
You
really
think you're
delving
bad
into
sensible
topics.
now, and
Yeah, like that's
All that
it's
talk about
gone.
how much we've matured. We're so much more mature.
No. But yeah, Stevie Wonder.
All right. I think we've had a very good cast. I think now would be a great time to end it. Emre, do
Yeah.
you want to take it away?
Yeah.
So easy intro.
Wait.
Go on.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. This has been the Jail Cell Podcast, everyone. Arun, Dennis, and Joe,
Fuck you.
and Emre. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.